What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and we're here to talk a little bit about Hogwarts Legacy. Definitely a random kind of stream, but I've been asked enough about the cinematic trailer, and I felt that this would be a good time to talk about it. Been talking a lot about Scream pretty much the entire day, from 6:45 a.m. till about maybe half an hour ago, talking about Scream 6. So I felt, let's talk about Hogwarts. Let's go over if there's anything new going on. Maybe we'll watch the cinematic trailer together or something, something kind of fun. I do have one thing I want to talk about kind of right away, and that is, and I'll maybe try to blow it up here and I'll show you, but one of the guys that follows me on Twitter said something pretty interesting that we can maybe connect to the James and Ben and Lynette and all them at Universal. Let me pull this up. I don't know if you guys can see. Hey, 2 days ago, some Twitch streamer and YouTuber were in Hamburg, Germany, and got to play the game. A streamer named Ellatrix talks right now that he got to ask everything he wanted and can talk about it on the 25th. He also has gameplay to show. Previews are probably on that date. I'll have to check out who that guy is, but that certainly would make a lot of sense from what we saw with Ben and James and that whole gang at Universal. I don't think they were just there to film the cinematic trailer reaction video. I think they were there to play the game. And if they were there to play, no, I don't think they have review codes yet, but I mean, if they were able to play the game for, say, some sort of preview event, and next week on Wednesday, I think the 25th would then be a Wednesday, maybe they're allowed to say what they actually... Because remember, one of the main... as good as it looks, and Hogwarts looks incredible. For as good as it looks, nobody's actually been able to touch it yet. I mean, like, James was able to, go through and customize his character, but when it came to actually, like, playing the game and firing spells and all that, that did not happen. They did not... they weren't able to touch it. Retro Raconteur is there, too. Oh, dandy. They're all there. Okay, I want to look up who this... Except for me. Of course, but I don't get invited to these things. Let's look up this Ellatrix person. I swear, if all... Well, no, I'm not going to say it. I won't go into it. He's worked with Wizarding World for new stuff before. Well, there's always a time to add new people. Okay, I want to look at this Ellatrix. It has a check mark. I don't know what that means. Let's see. 1.5 million. Okay, well, that makes sense. So I've never heard of them. I think we've talked about that before. Isn't it funny when people have like millions upon millions of followers and yet absolutely no clue, right? No idea who they are. 1.5 million subscribers, or 1.5 million Twitch followers. So I assume that's definitely big enough to do it. Yeah, I mean, I have no reason to not believe it. They said that they're doing a stream right now just chatting. So it wouldn't surprise me at all if there was some sort of, I guess, event that was multinational or, across multiple nations, and people were able... Like I said, I think that makes sense to me. It's basically a gaming preview thing, like a, IGN and all them would get invited. It seems like they were invited for a couple different things, but then one of which was to play part of the game, and then give kind of like their preview of it. And then, like I said, so honestly, if that's true, if it comes out the Wednesday, I would not be surprised if after that, maybe the same day, maybe the day after, I've been saying for a long time, I think next week is the week that review codes go live. If you did it next week, you'd have, if you did it, say, next Thursday, you gave codes out, I think the review embargo will lift the 3rd, February 3rd. So if you give codes out the 26th, January 26th, then 8 days later, I think the reviews would go live. Yet again, the way the gaming industry has been working, it's possible the review scores go live the 6th, the Monday, the day before the early access. That's possible. Either the 3rd or the 6th. I'm willing to put money on that. 3rd or the 6th, and the review scores would go live, and the reviews would go live. So it would give people about a week and a half, which is not it's long. It's not super duper long, but it's not the longest that they could have. Oh, I don't know. Let's see. Some GameStop employee got the game early and said the gameplay is bad, and I don't believe him. Really? Well, see, here's the thing that's going to start happening is there's going to be people that legitimately are going to get it and have it, and then there's going to be people that are doing it to take the game down. No, nobody invites me to do anything. If you can tell, I'm a little hurt. Not at them, at really Warner Bros., I suppose. We'll talk about that maybe in a little bit. But I want to finish the GameStop thought. I really do believe that's going to happen. You know, with any game that leaks, there's people that for clout will pretend that they have the game or whatever. Like, that's definitely a thing. But I think for Hogwarts, I mean, we've talked about this. For Hogwarts specifically, there's a bone to pick with that game, with the game. And I feel like because of that, for sure, there's going to be some fake things that are... In fact, that leak that happened a few days ago, not the art book, but the bullet point leak that went along with it, I think a lot of that stuff was fake. And some of it definitely, I would say, was negative about the game. Now, again, I'm not defending the game and saying everything about this game is going to be perfect and positive, but I do think you're going to see leaks that say they're leaks that maybe don't sound so good simply to try to hurt the game. So it wouldn't surprise me if people over the next 2 weeks said that they have it or they're able to play it and it sucks, it's awful, you know, things like that. I think, though, there should be signs when those people do those things, but we'll have to just take it on a case-by-case basis. One quick ask, if you guys are enjoying the stream, the random Hogwarts stream, make sure you guys leave a like. Obviously helps the video out now, helps it. I wanted to do this kind of for fun, shorter stream. We're not going to be here all that long. Short stream, talk about it, talk about some stuff, and then, of course, I can get views later on in the YouTube algorithm. But, and I just want to talk about something besides Scream. You guys know me. I'll go crazy if I only can talk about one thing at a time. Alex the Legend, my favorite content creator. Thanks, buddy. Here's a question. Will you do another group Hogwarts Legacy stream again? I don't know. I don't know. I'd like to, but, well, everybody seems so busy doing things that don't involve me that I don't know if I'd be able to get people together. No, honestly, I mean, my plan, I'm going to get Andy. Andy's going to be on probably next Friday. And then we will have Troy on as soon as after the game comes out as possible. And then I'd like to do more with Hogwarts Legacy creators, but it's up to them if they want to join. I guess maybe I should retire from being this person that tries to get everybody together. Obviously, I don't think that's really working out for me. I should retire. What? Andy Reloads. The British guy. Yeah. What's up, Alex? How's it going? Hello. I definitely think since Potter Collector was there, they saw something. Yeah. Like I said, I mean, and you know what? I don't want to say that I'm like a prophet, even though I think I am to some regards. I messaged James, and when I messaged him and he said he was out of town, no joke, and I didn't do this, but I was thinking about it. No joke, I thought he's out of town seeing the game. Like, as soon as he said that to me, I was thinking, that's odd. That's odd that he's out of... I had heard that he was going to be out of town, but then when he messaged me that he was out of town for a while, like he was out of town for like 4 or 5 days, I was thinking, yep, he's definitely there for not, and then like, I know everybody had said Lynette has been really, really weird in terms of like not being as consistent as she normally is. Her schedule kind of broke. And so then I was thinking James is gone, Lynette's gone, who else would be gone? And then I guess we figured it out. Jeremy, hello. What? Oh, I'm not crying. My wife said it sounds like I'm going to cry. No, I'm pretty happy. Let's see. I'm sorry, I meant to say that. Are you going to do another Hogwarts Legacy group stream? Wasn't that what you already said? Video, not villain. Alex, you're not joining the other Hogwarts. If not, that's a lowball to you, and you should sue. JK. Yeah, I won't. It's probably... No, I don't know. And was I too hard on Ezra Miller? Is that what did me in? because I don't take that stuff back. Or Johnny Depp, was I too pro him? Because also they screwed up there. Oh, yeah, sorry. I was critical of the game. That's probably the reasoning, Christy said. Also, Potter Collector said recently that he had tons of Hogwarts Legacy stuff coming, and knowing his relationship with them, he's definitely getting something. Yeah. I'm definitely expecting game media like GameSpot and IGN to not give it a fair review. Yeah. And honestly, this kind of stuff, like this preview event thing that's going on, I mean, I not that they should be salty because they did it to themselves, but if you're IGN, if you're GameSpot, if you're Polygon, PC Gamer, The Gamer, if you're all these sites, I'd feel really like discredited almost. I don't know if that's the right word. I'd feel like bad. I'd be like, wow. Like either I would go after them harder because it's like, well, clearly they don't care about us. They're inviting YouTubers, or they look themselves in the mirror and say, like, what did we do wrong? The answer is pretty clear. Yet again, as I've said, I don't really know what gets you an invite to these kind of things. I don't know. I mean, I have ideas of why the people that were chosen, but I don't know. I don't trust GameStop employees. Mine told me that Dead Space Remake was going to be on Game Pass day one. Wow. No, I would never trust. Like, I do think they are, from what I know about GameStop employees, a friend of mine was a GameStop employee. They know a little. Like, they're a little in the know, but generally they're not. So, like, yeah, them saying, like, Dead Space would be a day one thing, they have no idea what they're doing. They have no idea what they're saying. You should have been invited in IMO. You've been so transparent and insightful with Hogwarts Legacy. I think I've been too critical of it. What's up? Holly Melancholy. Is that how you say it? Melancholy? That's not that melancholy. It's a different kind of melancholy. Why isn't there a Ravenclaw companion? It makes me so sad. The prevailing theory has always been that a Ravenclaw person is going to be like really vital. I think that's kind of the prevailing theory, right? A Ravenclaw a Ravenclaw student / teacher is going to be really important to probably the base story in a more impactful way than any of the other three, the ones that we know, Poppy, Natsai, and Sebastian. And so maybe they think that kind of levels the playing field, that because there is no Ravenclaw companion, and yes, I said it, is I just really don't think there is. There's Ravenclaw students that you can talk to. That doesn't mean that they're a companion. You know what I mean? So I think their way of counterbalancing it is to make it make the character more important to the story. Like, make a Ravenclaw, whether it's a companion or not, make a Ravenclaw thing, person, or companion, student, or professor be important to the story in ways that the others are not. That's what I personally think. Did you see Luke Stevens' video with Retro? I did not. I saw it. I didn't watch it. Too long. Now, if they said anything about me in that video and you guys saw it, I'd love you to tell me. Don't sweat it. It's WB that dropped the ball. Thank you. Just got here. What's up, Alex? Not much. Just sitting and talking. It's been a lot of Scream stuff today, but I'm here for Hogwarts. And speaking of which, I will get to the topic at hand. Maybe we can watch the cinematic trailer all together. Is the audio going to be something that really screws me over? Like, is that going to get me demonetized? I better be careful because I'm kind of doing this assuming it'll make revenue. You can monetize live streams. Yes. Well, let's look. Why isn't it? Let's see. I have too many. Okay. We'll watch it. Obviously, the biggest thing is the ending, right, of the cinematic trailer when you get the acceptance letter. So I want to talk a little bit about that scene specifically. You know what? Maybe we'll just skip to that. I mean, I don't have to play it. What? A lot. You are a prophet. We've been saying it all week. I have been on a streak of getting things right. How are you doing? Good. Do you plan to do a live with others before release? Only if they are willing. I can't force them, and they seem to be doing plenty without me. So It was great that you answered Twitter my message. Yeah, and by the way, like I try to answer Twitter messages as much as possible. It's been a busy few days, so I know that there's several Twitter messages I haven't answered. So I will get to them. It's just with Scream. Scream has been like I've been covering Scream for the last like 7 hours. Yeah. Is your wife going to play Hogwarts? And then she answered, what's up, Alex? Alex, what's going on? Love the Hogwarts winter video they released. Yeah, we may, and breaking news, I haven't watched the winter ASMR yet. I've been in the Scream mode. So maybe we can watch, or I'll just kind of like cycle through the settings so I can see where the pictures are. So yeah. Okay, we're going to take a break there, pause, and let's look specifically at... Maybe I can play it. Let's see. If I just do this. Play it. By the way, love it. Like how it looks visually. Love it. And I'll talk about that a bit more in a second. Greetings from Germany. Hello, thank you. Okay, so you see that, so really that's the biggest thing right here, right? The tower, the alley. And then she reads it, opens it, and she gasps and she cannot believe it. And then it goes into Hogwarts. So, and also I think the entire point of this is literally an acceptance letter. It's like an acceptance letter trailer. They call it the official cinematic trailer, but it's basically your acceptance into Hogwarts. So, a couple things. Number one, this is one of the better cinematic trailers I've seen. And it's not one of the better cinematic trailers I've seen because it just purely looks good. It does look good, but I said this on Twitter that they actually responded to me, by the way, which was kind of cool. The first time I think they've ever done that. This trailer looks incredible without it looking fake. And I'm not going to throw Gotham Knights under the bus, but it is a recent WB example. You can have cinematic trailers that are just fake, that aren't even from the game, which this isn't either. Like, that's the thing to remember. A lot of these scenes are not in the game. In fact, I wouldn't be surprised if all of these scenes weren't in the game. But when you have cinematic trailers, they are flashy. They look really, really good. They look like movies. They look like, if the entire game was like that, you'd be golden. In fact, Forspoken's cinematic trailer, I believe, came out last week. I love it. I love Forspoken's cinematic trailer. I wish the game will be that, and I want the game to be that. But you oftentimes see that. You see a lot of it just being fake. PlayStation has even done it with PlayStation has done it with like The Last of Us Part 2, where it's almost like real actors. It's more like leaning towards real things than fake things. So you can do it that way, and there's nothing wrong with it because the entire industry does it that way. However, it's not really all that real, right? This not only looks good, it tells a concise story. Like, everything's good about this. It's also very in-game cinematics. Like, it doesn't blow me away with its visuals because it looks fake. Like, it looks really good. I wouldn't say it's like the greatest thing I've ever seen, but it looks really good. And it's because I can tell they're not trying to stretch it too far, which is good because expectations are important, right? And like when you see that trailer, you expect some things now, yeah, but you also expect, okay, well, is that how the game looks? Is that the cinematics? Is that how their faces look? Do they really look like that? Yeah, they do. They do. So I'm very happy with that, just all together. Will Alex be playing the game on his channel? Would love to see him play. I will play... Yeah, I'm not going to do a Let's Play, but... He won't do a Let's Play, but might do streams playing the game and video. Yeah. I'm going to record a lot of what I play. So you'll see... Like, when you see footage of the game in my videos, it'll probably be from me. It'll be what I'm playing, or what I did play. And then I will live stream it. We'll probably live stream it the first day or something. Demo or no demo, you will always be first. Thank you. Hype for the game. I just want to see more gameplay already. Well, we may on Wednesday. The thing is, it's going to be highly controlled, right? So I guess what I would also read into the situation of all these streamers getting to play it and stuff, well, I guess it's possible that they have their own unique footage. Sometimes when it comes to game previews, the footage comes from like the developers. So they'll talk over it, they can say what they played uniquely. So like if Retro did something different than James, they may say it in the video, but the video footage may be the same no matter what. Sometimes that happens. That happens when they're pretty protective of their game. I don't know how protective Warner Bros. Is of this, but you do see that when it comes to previews. It's either they have somewhat unique footage from each other, it's actually different, or it's the exact same footage. Maybe they edited it slightly, they cut it differently, but it's the same exact footage from another person. You could watch the same footage anywhere, but what they talk about that they actually got to play, that's different. If we were to take bets, I'd imagine that's what would happen, considering they're on like location, right? Like they're not even, unless they brought, you know what I mean? Like they don't have their own systems. They don't have their own capture cards. A lot of times the studio will capture the game for you and they'll give you the footage. So again, it would kind of be all the same no matter what. So yeah, we're almost there. Yes, we are almost there. Don't let not being invited, whatever they're doing, get you down. I've been following for your personality, honesty, and love for games, not for Hogwarts. You're my favorite channel. I mean that. Thank you. No, I know. It's, I kind of, you balance it. Like, and Christy and I had this talk the other day. Like, I'm proud of the kind of stuff that I do. Not saying that they don't do this, what I'm about to say. I tell it how it is. I'm not going to change how I do it. If it gets me excluded from being invited to things, that's, I guess, their problem. Not them, like the company's problem. And, but there's nothing I can do about that. Would I sacrifice that about myself to get invited to these things? No. At the end of the day, like I'm slightly disappointed in the circumstance that we're in, but at the same time, I'm not going to change being critical at times for invites. And I shouldn't. If I do, I'm a sellout. And so my hope is that I can get reviews for games and get games early and that kind of stuff while also being myself. If companies don't allow that, they don't allow that. I grew to this point by myself, without the help of getting games early. I didn't need that. Like I did it without the help of like getting The Last of Us 2 weeks early or, that kind of stuff. I had help, like generally as a person, but I didn't have the help of the gaming industry. The gaming industry is a joke. Isn't Amit Thakkar the Ravenclaw companion? He's a Ravenclaw. He identifies as a Ravenclaw, but that doesn't mean he's a companion. I think in Luke's response video, he said he wanted to collaborate with you at some point. I think it'd be really cool if you two talk about some games. In the response or in the retro video? I watched the response. I don't really think he said that. Mate, WTF, WB needs your involvement more. I'll be involved. I mean, when I get to, I will preview their previews, right? So, if the previews go live next Wednesday, I'll cover it, and we'll see what happens with that. If, when the review scores go live, if I don't have a review, I'll talk about the review scores. I can make it work. And again, that's something I like to tell myself to make myself feel better. I have made it work, right? If I don't get reviews early, what do I end up doing? I talk about other people's reviews early. I just try to find riffs of other stuff that I can do. So, neither Luke or Retro said anything about you. Luke was just trying to say he wasn't being a negative Nancy. I think he was trying to cover his behind before the Harry Potter fandom went after him. Gotcha. Yeah, I wonder if Retro knew about the stuff that happened there. 2023 game trailers are like movies. They are, but again, this one I think is better. This cinematic trailer is not flashier than other trailers. It's not visually better than most. The visuals are I think the lighting really works. I think the way that the characters look. Was it talked about back in the beginning it looked like Sims? I think that was a thing back in the reveal trailer. It has a Sims kind of puffy face kind of nature to it in a good way. I think that it's an early alpha. So I think because of the art style of the characters too, not just the architecture and stuff, And with the lighting, I think it works no matter what. I think it gives it an edge visually, but it's not a better looking. I'd say like Gotham Knights looked more real than this, but the issue is Gotham Knights was more fake. Not to diss it, not to say that games aren't allowed to do it. Games do it all the time. It's the norm. But, you can go one way or the other. You could go fake to get people excited. I mean, Dead Island I guess that was cinematic. I would call that a cinematic trailer, right? The Dead Island cinematic trailer is one of the greatest trailers of all time. It's also the most misleading, and it's one of the best trailers of all time. It's also one of the worst by miles because it ruined the game. To me, for me, it ruined the game because I really didn't like Dead Island. And it's probably because I watched that trailer over the piano. Oh my God, I can hear the music. So good. That's not the game. So, yeah. Shall we just talk about Scream some more? Just kidding. Yeah. I will. Tomorrow I'm going to do a video every day for a while. I have quite a few theories we'll start to, with you being a huge help earlier. I'll be having a lot of talks there. Professor Weasley saying, we don't know what magic caused this. I think the game will begin with something bad happening in Hogwarts. That is one thing I will pick from it where, like I said, I don't think any specific scene is going to be like a one-to-one thing. Like the trailer is the game. I don't think so. But yes, I actually noticed that as well. When they run in and they're like, Professor Weasley, and she said, we don't know what magic caused this. I imagine that is a cutscene of some kind, and that is the beginning of the game. Some riff happens right in the world, and Hogwarts feels it. They sense it, like Yoda, and then it goes from there. I did note immediately when she said that, I was like, none of these scenes are real from the game, I imagine, but that one probably is in its messaging. It's only streamers who can preview the game. It seems like they're going only streamers versus gaming sites, which is good. It's still a victory. I will take, if me being left out, it's pro and con. If me being left out of these things still signifies that they're going for streamers and influencers over the gaming dying media, I will take that. However, I would like to also throw in there that if the goal now is to go after people that don't say negatives, then that's also a bad thing. You probably, then you're just doing the same thing, but opposite of it just so happens the gaming media hates you. But I don't think you want to side with people that only like you for like the long term. At the end of the day, it's definitely, I said that for the gameplay showcases. At the end of the day, it does, do I care that I wasn't invited? I mean, yeah, I'd like to have been invited for the gameplay showcase, but flat out honest, and the first thing I said when it happened. But yeah, I'd rather do Universal than go to Salt Lake City. But actually, we've been to Salt Lake City. But no, honestly, the bigger thing is that they're siding with us generally versus the IGNs of the world. That's a win. No, I don't care if I'm excluded or not. That's a positive. We can worry about are they going after people that aren't so negative? We can worry about that after. But it's definitely a win against the dying media. Quick ask one more time. We'll go a little bit longer, but if you guys leave a like if you haven't already, I'd appreciate it. I actually got the spellcasting wand hero design for £150, but I'm scared to open it. That's sweet. Rizzo, hello. Are you planning preview future Dragon Ball Super manga? I don't do that stuff. I'll talk about shows and movies on the second channel from time to time, but I've eliminated that from the main channel just to streamline it, just to make it a little bit easier, and I think that'll help my channel. I also don't do manga. I do like Dragon Ball, though. If there's Dragon Ball games that are new, I would be interested. They also went over if the game will feel empty. What do you think based off what we saw? I feel like it'll be a bit like Skyrim. You can't talk to everyone with like a dialogue tree. I was more worried about it being empty in the first gameplay showcase. I'm less worried about it now. The thing is just going to be, are there enough students that populate Hogwarts that are walking around doing things? Is there enough of that to make it feel full? When we saw that first gameplay showcase, I wasn't a huge fan, But seeing the second one when you're out in the outskirts of Hogwarts and people are doing things, there's like performances going on, people are walking from like little settlements. That's what I like. I like that stuff a lot. And ultimately, if you have that and then you have a little bit of nothing, and then you have more of that and you have a little bit of nothing, and that's kind of the theme, that's okay. It's also just a feel. Like we need to see that's something you cannot judge based off of a couple things. You need to see the full game. And you'll realize it rather quick. I think within the first couple hours, you'll realize if this game is super empty or not. But I would kind of lean towards the middle right now. I'm not that negative on that one. Have you discussed the possibility of it being left or right-handed wand holding? I've been asked before, I think on the group live stream, if you can be left or right-handed. I know people had pointed out in this video, right? Let me look. When they're doing the spells in the forest, one of them, right? Let's look. This one over here, left-handed. This one right-handed, right? That's the wand in that hand. And then left-handed. And then did somebody say the poachers too? Yeah, left hand right there. Now the question is, these aren't playable characters, but are these two playable characters? Or is that because one thing I find interesting about this trailer is the theme of it is getting your acceptance letter. But another theme of the trailer is the game. It's trying to convey what you'll be doing in the game. So you see a couple spells, right? You see this, what's it, Glacio, or what's the Glacius, right? Somebody had told me that. You see the fire one. Where is it? Oh, there we go. So like you'll be doing this. It won't look like this, but the idea that the trailer's trying to tell you is you'll be doing this. Now the question is, are one of these supposed to mean you? Are one of these supposed to be you? Because I know that you're at the very end. Like the point is this is you. But that doesn't mean that you can't be these two. One of these two. Is there another example of that? Okay, yeah, I guess. It also doesn't mean you can't be one of these three. Right? You could be one of these three because this is something you'll be doing in the game. So it's almost like it's not chronological. Is that the right word? It's not in order of time. It's not like one of these things is happening right after the other. Like, it's not like there's a rift that attacks Hogwarts and the whole world, and then the owl's, like, springing into action and saying, all right, I'm going to go deliver a letter to a random person walking down in London. You know what I mean? So it's not in order. And so I wonder, and I guess the reason I say that is, does left or right-handed matter here? Or are they just saying you can see people that are left or right-handed, but guess what? Actually, I am left-handed. Well, I'm left-handed, but I do everything with my right, except for writing. So if I were to have a wand, I actually would put in my right hand. But I eat left-handed, and I write left-handed. I play guitar right-handed. I drink left-handed. I also play ping pong left-handed. No. I think I play ping pong normal. I do. I have the handle and racquetball in my left hand. I'm ambidextrous. I can't say that word. And something. Okay, so yeah, that was a little fun. I do want to pull up before we go. I'll read the rest of your comments as well. I want to pull up the winter ASMR because I haven't seen it yet. Oh, look, it's the first thing that pops up, along with Scream and other things. What's the girl's name for Kingdom Hearts? I always forget. Singer. Uta. It's her birthday today. She turned the big 4-0, everybody. Okay. What? Your food's on the way. Okay, I just want to kind of look through this. Let me look. Did I see any... Okay, I got to remember I'm at the left right-handed. I just want to kind of see what this looks like. I haven't seen it. I'm not going to play the music. I just want to look for my own sake. I'm very selfish today. I'll tell you, the mix of water and snow. Water is always a soft spot, as you all know. But having snow involved also makes it maybe the best one. The summer ASMR, I think, is my favorite one because just the water and the creeks and, you see it kind of like, Not flooding, but you see like a flow. There's a flow of the water. I'll listen to it later. I just wanted to kind of look to see. But I think I've been kind of honest. I'm actually not into the ASMR. I love it from a community thing. I think like no other game would even consider doing something like this. So they get a lot of props from me for that. But I'm not going to pretend like I care all that much about. Okay, this I love. I had said this earlier today. My 2 favorite images from Hogwarts Legacy is this one is that one that was on the Wizarding World whatever where you're looking up and it's the kids sitting at the table and it's the Great Hall and you see all the candles. That's one of my favorite pictures that they've shown. So I'm glad we get to see this. Was this supposed to be winter themed or like Christmas themed? Because I'm not going to get into spoilers, but there's no decorations, let's just say. It looks good. Yeah, I don't want to listen to it. Yeah, Christy said, aren't I supposed to listen? I probably am supposed to listen. It's just music, though. It's not going to, like, tell me. It's not going to tell me what to think about the images. Yeah, but some people do this just for the looks. This is not a judge of your character. Who does the ASMR for the music and who does primarily for the music and who does it primarily for the visuals? Let me know. Oh, dear God. You let me know. Where's the thing? When you got lights blaring at you, it's very hard to see where everything is. Okay. All right, I'm going to try to nail these last comments, get your questions in, and then I'm out. Shorter stream, but I thought this would be fun. Okay, it's a shame you were not invited. You organized the live streams. Thank you. You are a legend. Don't change. I won't. Alex, I'm freaking out, man. It's coming. I don't believe Retro knew. If you don't get a review code, that would be a crime. I've always debated what I would say, or if I'd say anything if I don't get a review code, because I've always been pretty transparent that it comes off very cringy. And I know if I saw somebody else say that they didn't get a review code, I would say, why are you whining about it? So I could understand people saying that about me. Totally get it. At the same time, my situation, I know my situation. I know what I've done for the game in 4.5 years. So I feel like I would say something. I feel like just my pure emotion would take over. As many have said, mate, I watch most of your videos as I like the take you have on things, and your honest is very refreshing. Thank you. Journalists can be angrier for reviewing the game. Yeah, they will be, I think. Nice to see you again. Same to you. Flash. Hopefully not Ezra Miller's. Unrelated, but have you seen The Last of Us show? I have. And Ashton, I don't know if Christy didn't say. On my second channel, Podcast Now Plus, links in the description, I reviewed it. So I did a whole review. I'm going to be reviewing every episode of The Last of Us show on my second channel. Do you think review codes will be going out soon? Yes, next week. I don't know that. I say it very confidently. I think next week. I always thought that something as big as that many people would be the lot of you live streaming the countdown to the game's deluxe. Yeah, I think there will be people that count it down, basically, that have like the countdown at like where down here. They'll have a countdown, and they'll like a couple hours left. I do think that. As I've said, we have a daughter. I'm not gonna live stream it at 10, 11, 12 at night. You know that I'm just not gonna do that. But I'm sure people will count it down. I may do a live stream the day before. I think I probably will. You know, we'll do like one final live stream before the game is out. So that'll happen. And I'm sure a lot of people will do that. Did you see the Big Ben? Yes, I did. Oh, we didn't even talk about that. So I don't know if that's why I have said, I don't think those scenes are actually the scenes from, in fact, I don't think they are. But does that mean Diagon Alley? And then also, is that how you get your acceptance? See, I really don't think that's how you get your acceptance letter. I think there's something that happens that you kind of get reached out to by Hogwarts. I don't think literally you're walking down the street and you get an owl drops a piece of parchment on your lap. I don't think that's going to happen. It could, but I don't think it will. I'm from Utah. It's different from any other states for reasons. Very religious. Where did that come from? When do you think the game review like IGN and Game Ranks will release? Oh, Salt Lake City. We drove through Salt Lake City when we moved to. We stayed the night. It was an awful experience, not because of the place, but because of the parking situation. So nothing against Utah. Anyway, I think the review scores, by the way, will go live either the 3rd, which is 2 Fridays from tomorrow, or the 6th, the Monday, the day before the Digital Deluxe opens. One of those two. Favorite Mass Effect character? Tali. What a weird question. Well, actually, that's not a weird question. It's just kind of odd. That's funny. I have her Funko Pop, that one that's like $300, $400. I have it. I paid that to get it, but I have it. I think we paid less because I bought them in bundle and I sold everybody else except for Shepard. Hogwarts Legacy is a pretty ambitious game. It is. I'm interested to see if the spell casting will get integration features with the game and if they add more as the game evolves. I'd like to see like not a DLC, but like an update that adds more spells. I think that'd be very fun. From all showcases and trailers we have seen, would you say this is more combat focused or exploration? Probably it should be more combat focused. And I think it's a very almost 50-50 split between combat and exploration. So I would say that. Yeah, the trailer definitely isn't linear. Yeah, it doesn't go one into the next. Any stream planned day before release? I walked myself into answering that one, right? So much news. How are you? Last Marauder, I'm good. We were talking about being left out of all of these all these events that are going on. But no, I'm doing good. And we are getting so close. Left-handed scream segue. Ghostface's left hand, the still of him over someone. Maybe something to keep an eye. Oh, I didn't even look at the handedness. I'll have to do that for Scream when I'm done. Visuals. What about visuals? Oh, visuals. Is that Nerdy Giant's answer? Maybe it's winter and not Christmas yet. For the visuals. I don't get ASMR triggers for music. So a lot of people watch ASMRs just for the looks. Yeah, see, I knew it. Do you think you are able to fall off a broom or jump off and on in midair? I'd like to believe so, yes. And honestly, I will be testing that immediately with going to a cliff, jumping off, and waiting like a while before I hit the broom button. I will be testing that out. Booked days off of work. Cat Kitty Games, thanks, man. Booked days off of work. I already said that. Favorite Mass Effect character? Christy said it, Tali. If I had to say a second one, yeah, I love Shepard. I like Miranda, but they put her on the back burner for 3. Garrus, of course, is incredible. Probably Garrus. Something like that. I think our wands might be able to be different next week. I think there are too many leaks and spoilers. My question is why they even made the game if they spoil everything. Well, I think you could have done much worse than this. I think they oh yeah, our wands might be able to be different. Wands are confirmed to be different. Yeah, because you can shift what. But I don't know if he means maybe like in the game you can swap them out or whatever. But yeah, I really don't think this game has been leaked all that bad. And I think the stuff we've seen has been rather specific. There's still actually a lot we don't know about the game. Did they confirm they would add DLCs? If not, do you think I don't think they said there won't be microtransactions, which is DLC. So by them protecting themselves and letting us know that there won't be any like slimy microtransactions, they kind of stop themselves from doing. But I think they'll just say, we don't mean DLC. We don't mean story DLC. We meant skins, and you can buy currency with your currency, the US dollar and stuff. I think they meant that, not seasonal or like this big DLC story. So that's one thing. I think they would do it. The debate will be, Do you do DLC, like a big DLC, or do you call it here and you just start working on the second game? And it's possible they're told to start working on the second game because they're going to see how much money this game is going to make, and they're probably going to be told, we want that second game. Like, can you do it in 4 years? Because we'd like that paycheck again in 4 years as a company. You know what I mean? It's a long way for me to come over, although if WB invited me, I'd be there, yeah. I don't like flying anymore, so I never really liked flying at all, but I definitely don't like it now. So if they did invite me to go somewhere, it actually would be much more difficult than you think it would, because I really wouldn't want to at all. But then I would think, well, I mean, I've been complaining this whole time, so maybe I'd have to. This is how it is for every game in terms of spoilers or leaks. Well, I'm talking about what they've shown. I guess if you're talking, well, I don't know what you're talking about for like the art book leak seems to be a WB problem. Naughty Dog had this issue, much worse, by the way. Naughty Dog's was worse. Gotham Knights' was worse. Like, it's actually happened worse to other companies or other games. But if you're talking about just what they have shown, I don't really think it was that out of line. I see Peeves behind you. What? That's my wife. Oh, weird way of doing it, like the showcase gameplays and state of play. I understand, but the leaks are stupid, like the achievement. Oh. The trophy achievement thing is very not normal. Like, that's for sure. The trophy achievement thing, I don't know how that even happened, but that was a huge mistake by somebody made a mistake there. So, yes, that one is kind of unexcusable. But the recent things that leaked, the art book isn't that bad. The leaks that came with the art book, we don't know if they're true or not. They could be fake. And I think a lot of it is fake. So, yeah. So I don't know about that. All right. Any last things you want me to say? And then I'm gonna be going in just a few minutes. Did you look at all the pics from the art book leak? Yeah. There's only like 5 of them. There's only like 5. They're good. I don't know. I don't really know what to say. Like, I get people staying away from it. I guess my thing is just like, well, if I'm gonna get it spoiled for me, number one, I'll be honest with you guys, and I'm not gonna like pretend like I didn't see something. So I saw it. I don't really think it does much. I've also gotten a lot of things spoiled for me in general. Got Pirates of the Caribbean 5 spoiled for me, and that was like the movie for me that I was so looking forward to, and I knew what was going to happen. I wanted a first day at school bundle where you get a physical. Yes, I how the collector's edition for Hogwarts Legacy doesn't come with an acceptance letter is a joke. It's disgusting. I can't believe it, actually. I literally can't believe it. Not personalized, but just an acceptance letter. Dear student. Then you go. Right? That's so easy. Come on. I really didn't learn anything from the spoilers. I was kind of like, oh, that's kind of cool. Yeah. Yeah, that's kind of me too. I was like, interesting, fun. All right, moving on. Like, I actually didn't, do that much with the leaks at all. So, there's over 40 now. Oh. Well, I did not see that. I saw like 5 pictures from the art book. So if there's 40, then I missed 35. Have a great rest of your day. I looked at the leaks. I couldn't control myself. Sounds good, Bean34. Thanks for being here. Do we think we will drop dead the second we touch water? Swimming, I mean, but just walking close to the water. If you can't swim, then you would have to die. Like, if you touched water, it'd be like, what's an example? Not that many modern games do it, but it would be you touch water, you die, which I hate that. But if there is no swimming, the collector's edition was extremely disappointing, especially at that price. That's one thing me and Luke Stevens completely agree on. I think the collector's edition is a joke, an absolute joke. Compared to, not even, I guess, compared to itself, compared to other collector's editions, it's laughable. And again, I did say that in videos. Maybe. I don't know if Ben, James, Retro, all them said it, but I do know I said it. So maybe that was my problem. I won't talk specifics, but there are some serious spoilers in the leaks. Anyone trying to go to the game fresh? Oh, okay. Yeah, so maybe some of the new pages that leaked really give stuff away. Like, I didn't see it. So actually, luckily, I'm safe. So nobody, don't mess with me. Because right now, I'm all good. I'm skilled at avoiding leaks, thankfully. Yes. Whether it's luck, timing, or knowing what and when to avoid stuff. I'm pretty good at it. I'm not, I'd say sometimes it's been spoiled for me on some things because I have the YouTube channel. So sometimes people will just drop a comment. And, I mean, once you see it, you can't unsee it. You're scrolling. I see it. I can't block them without first seeing what they said. I can't delete the comment without first seeing what it said. So a lot of things do get spoiled to me out of my control. I have no control. But then there are some things where I just do it because I don't care. But it's probably because I get spoiled naturally on YouTube, and I've just conditioned myself where it's like, well, nothing's ever really going to be secretive for me, so why not condemn myself to all that stuff? Could it be like Red Dead 1 in terms of swimming? Oh, man, I don't remember Red Dead 1. What was Red Dead 1? Could you swim? I don't remember. It was so long. I remember Undead Nightmare. Swimming has to be in the game. It would be disappointing. I agree. It would be disappointing. Do you think the Elder Wand will be in Hogwarts Legacy? I will not comment on that because a trophy/achievement says something about some of or one of or all of the things. So I'll leave it there. So much water but no swimming. It would be the worst. Hello, Alex. Hello. Retro and James did say the collectors were disappointing. Gotcha. Yeah, being a content creator. The game is 85 gigs. There has to be under one. Yeah. I mean, but there could be a lot of reasons why it's 85 gigs. There's some games that are just not optimized well, where they can't crunch the game size to get it lower. There's some games that are just like that. It doesn't have to. I mean, I get it. I mean, you could make the joke or kind of demand it, and I would demand it, but it's not a for sure thing that just because of it, you just drown in water. I would prefer you get pulled out. So you go in water, the game resets you at the edge, and you just restart there. Third showcase anytime soon. I think you're going to get something like a third showcase with all these creators next week. I don't think it'll be called a gameplay showcase. It'll be like a preview event. So I do think we'll get that. I think we'll get a third preview event with some of the creators. So that's what I would say. Well, we got the winter ASMR, so here's to getting a swimming clip. I know they have days left. They're doing a clip a day. Every day they're doing something, so swimming maybe happens. Reset, I'd better drown in water than that. No, I don't know. I don't really love it that if you fall in water by accident or something, you die. I'd prefer you lose a little bit of health and you just appear back a little bit. Games do that all the time. It's just a preference, though. Want to see how many times you can die in the game? Yeah. All right, guys. The collector's edition sucked, but I still want it. Yeah. Yeah. I'll disagree with you on the wanting it, but I don't want it. I don't really care. I don't care. But it does suck. If they did an acceptance letter, that's actually all I would want. Just give me the acceptance letter, and I'd be more okay with it. I mean, it's a piece of paper, so I don't know if it would, vastly change it, but just having something that I think would mean a lot to people and make sense in the lore versus having a flying wand on a book. And the book doesn't look so great either, so I don't know. Like I said, it's not the worst thing if you just compare it to itself, but when you look at Dead Space or Final Fantasy or literally any collector's edition, Gotham Knights is really good too. You look at any collector's edition and you compare it to Hogwarts, and Hogwarts is one of the worst I've ever seen in my life. So it's not even just comparing it to itself. It's looking at the price versus everything else. So yeah. And welcome, by the way, James. Thanks for jumping in. The Potter Collector just confirmed he played Hogwarts Legacy. Oh, I assume that's what all of them did then. All right, I'll head off. I'm gonna go eat. Do some more videos tomorrow. I will be live tomorrow. Tomorrow, around the same time, maybe a little bit earlier, I will be live. It's just not going to be a themed stream. I'm not going to do just Hogwarts. I'm not going to do just Scream. It'll be just a hangout. So tomorrow around maybe 5 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Eastern, 2 p.m. Pacific, probably around there. I'll be live and we'll just talk about, we can talk about Hogwarts and Scream and stuff, but I'll just be talking about anything, okay? Thank you guys for being here. Thank you for the support.